Hello, welcome to another episode of the Wonder Club, where I explore personal stories, curiosity, new perspective, and yeah, let's see. I am reading my podcast episodes newsletter, trying a new format and seeing what new things, connections, and experiences I can get through this format. I hope that you enjoy. This one is the number 4, the sunk cost of not being authentic. The journey towards oneself amid societal norms, past investments, and uncovering the hidden cost of conformity and the rewards of staying true to yourself. A lot of big words I use there. In this episode, I share my transformative experience at Al Summit, the changes of attuning to oneself, and discuss the concept of sunk cost in personal growth, while sharing insights on what embracing authenticity means for me. Welcome to the club. Dear Wonder Club, before March 2020, just before COVID peaked on the pandemic we all know, me and my partner were preparing to attend Al Summit for the second time. Al Summit is a conference and community primarily geared towards creative entrepreneurs, influencers, bloggers, and content creators. Only this time, my partner and I weren't just attendees. We were going to be speakers. So, you could say that this was a big deal for me, for us, surely. You can find the video that Joseph, which is my partner, did for this experience, and I really love watching it again. It will be in the description. One of their traditions is having a business cards wall where you can leave yours and check out others. See who you resonate with and possibly meet a very nice future friend or even a business partner. On the first draft of designing my business card, I started with the easy parts: name, phone, socials. However, when it came time to add my title, I was completely lost. Which field should I identify with? Architecture, lighting design, product design, entrepreneurship, art direction, branding. Which one is more important? How do I decide that? I was confused, and I think I was also a bit afraid. And I was sure I will confuse others as well. There is a picture of the first draft of the card on the newsletter. It's quite funny. I can't recall from where I got this idea, but I know it was new for me at the time. Describe yourself without saying your nationality, profession, or gender. Sounds easy, right? Only I have never done it, and maybe I was even afraid of the answer or of not having a clear answer. I have to admit that I have felt a bit of jealousy in the past when I see people who are quite content with what seemed like simpler life career choices. Like the guy who cleaned toilets in the movie Perfect Days. I don't know if you've seen it, but he was seemingly happy with like everything that he was doing that were basically very simple things. How could they settle with that one thing and not have FOMO, the fear of missing out from everything else that the world has to offer? After quite some time doing soul searching, I decided to make a list of things that I felt I was good at and that represented me. Of course, the first thing that came to mind was organizing. I know it keeps coming up, but it's true. Along the way, I concluded that I was always able to improve any creative project I was involved in and see the potential in it. So I landed on potentializer. Back then, I just Googled the term to make sure it wasn't related to any weird results. So it was mostly chemistry. And now I did it again. And with the AI, the answer seems more reassuring. It says here, a potentializer person is someone who helps others realize and achieve their full potential. They mentor, coach, encourage, and connect individuals to valuable resources and opportunities. By providing guidance, motivation, and support, they empower others to grow and succeed in various aspects of life. Wow. How did I convince myself that it was a good move? I thought, if someone thinks it's too much, they're probably not the right person for me. And if someone finds it interesting and asks about it, we already have something to talk about. Don't get me wrong, this was definitely a leap of faith, and seeing them printed was scary. But after a few years, 4, 5 now, I still keep them. And they're still a good conversation starter most of the time. I've also gotten better at realizing whom I find is interesting or valuable before I even pull them out, which makes things easier for me, at least in my head. A while back, I went down the rabbit hole of a finance podcast, in Spanish though. I will also leave it on the description. That really helped me reframe some limiting beliefs and educated me about, well, money. There, I learned the term sunk cost. When writing this, I couldn't help but think about how many of us keep paying the sunk cost in different areas of our lives: goods, investments, careers, relationship. Just to try to make it clear in case you're not familiar with it, I asked ChatGPT, what is the sunk cost? And can you explain it like if I'm a 5 years old? The answer was, imagine you bought a toy, but the toy broke and can be fixed. You already pay for the toy, but continue to pay to try to fix it, and it does. But continuing to pay to try to fix it doesn't make sense because it will never work properly. In this case, it's better to stop spending money on that broken toy. The money you already spent and can get back is called a sunk cost. Even if you feel bad about the money you already spent, it's better to use your money on something new and fun that works well. So sometimes it's better to let go of things that don't work anymore and look for something new. Ha! How much time, money, and energy are invested, and how hard it is to decide that it's best to move on and stop missing opportunities. Just to take that decision instead of feeling sad and trying to fix the broken, insert item here. Item, relationship, things, people, you name it. Because of how hard it was to get it, or how much it took from us to get there. It's just no longer worth it. And it's better to think about what you can do next, where your future efforts will be hopefully better invested. Pro tip, taking distance help. I have found that whenever I realize I need a change, a new perspective, or just to ensure I remain objective, I take some distance. It's the best way for me to digest where I was and where I want to go. I guess I've been using this as a way to stay attuned with myself, especially since I tend to take quite a lot of distance at first. That's true, both mentally and physically. The biggest challenge for me is the exercise of finding a new best distance. How much do I want to observe? How much do I want to engage? There's a lot of exploration, and it's like a dance. It usually just needs several adjustments. That's probably why I enjoy traveling and living in different places so much. It's like a gift for me. It's super easy to identify what resonates with me and what doesn't, and it feels almost automatic. I immediately notice how others make things happen, and whether I like it or not, it's like a crash course on myself. Pro tip number 2. Recognizing sunk cost can be our best friend forever, BFF. How do I think it makes sense for me? My understanding that this is already a known thing, that I'm not the only one who has gone through it, nor I will be the last. That it's best to avoid these past investments continuing to hold me back, and that it is okay to shift my resources to something more promising and fulfilling. This is a mindset that I know helps me align with myself, especially when the resistance to change appears, because it will, and that's okay. It was in Al Summit when I first heard what a multipotentialite was. Someone with many interests and creative pursuits. Although multipotentialite is a mother term, The idea of someone with many passions is not new, and students of history often hears mention of polymath or Renaissance people. Multipotentialites have indeed existed as long as human societies. From then on, I can't help but find more and more of us. There is a video I created as part of my postgraduate application on digital storytelling. I think I did a good job identifying aspects of myself that continue to reappear in my life and that I'm still quite interested in, even as the years pass. Being very honest with myself can be uncomfortable at first, but it keeps paying off. I will also add it on the comment so you can see it. And I don't know if I am romanticizing things, but each time I have chosen to show up as my most authentic self, I have been rewarded by the universe with unexpected blessings, especially in the form of meaningful connections. So if you haven't tried this, trust my experience and good luck. If you tried and it backfired, let me know. A new perspective always helps. I'm still learning to radically accept the diversity of what I like to do and who I am, embracing it as a added value, aka my secret sauce. I find that these new perspectives, lenses, and results allow me to tap into my potential and find fulfillment in this human experience, and I'm all here for it. Greetings from someone who has tried to fix a broken toy, but was also able to let go of it and save up for a new one. Well, I I keep getting a lot of joy from reading these episodes again. And yes, always there's a bit on the behind the scenes about Health Summit, that the conference that we went to, why a finance podcast was needed for me. Yeah, proud now, uncomfortable looking back. The real loss would be to live in an unhappy life. And Gordo wanted to say hi during the recording, so I guess I had him next to me. I still had a few things of what I'm seeing. One Day TV series. I will read it here to see what is that I was talking about. So I just finished One Day TV series about the story of two friends, and I quite enjoyed it until I didn't. The end shattered me. But overall, I like the way the passing of time was shown, how interpersonal relations are always changing, and how giving space and showing up different parts of ourselves is just normal at what makes us human. What I find the most interesting about this review, I swear to God, I do not remember this series right now, but here I was so into it. And I think this speaks volumes of like the power of writing down your thoughts, like journaling, keeping track of whatever it is that you're doing, because we do things that sometimes at points they feel so important and then they are just not like right now. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this episode and see you in the next one. Bye.